Good morning. Just been watching some video by Eric Ulis, Ericulis. He's got a YouTube channel. He's done a lot of DB Cooper research. I respect what he's done. He's focused very much on microscopic particles from DB Cooper's tie. As he's talking, I'm remembering the engineer that went to our church at First Baptist of Simi Valley when I was a child, and my dad spoke to him often. He was near retirement age when we met him, and at some point in the late 60s, he retired. Um, and as he retired, he gave a lot of his clothing. He wore suits and ties, clip on ties, to work every day. He explained that he wore clip-on ties because he worked around lathes and other machinery. And if his tie got caught in some machinery, he wanted it to pull off, not pull him into the machine. So it was a safety issue for him. He was an engineer, very knowledgeable. I spoke with him a few times. My father spoke with him a few times. But at the end of his career, he retired, and he actually gave my dad clothing. And he said, I'm never going to wear this stuff again. I'm never going to wear the stuff that I wore to work. So I'm going to give it away. Do you want some? And my dad said, yeah, I want some. Now, Eric Ulis is talking about the clip-on tie that was found on the airplane after D.B. Cooper left the airplane. It has uranium, thorium, a few other particles, some that came from a lab, Eric says, and some that came from a machine shop, a very sophisticated machine shop, which is what was present at Rocketdyne in Simi Valley, where this engineer, who was familiar to our family, worked, who gave clothing to my dad. I know that he gave my dad a clip-on tie because he explained why he wore clip-on ties. So as Eric talks, he has some very specific ideas about where the clip-on tie had been worn, who wore it, and I do too. So I'm just throwing this out there. I've been thinking more about DB Cooper lately. Of course, if you go back very far, you'll know that I think about the Zodiac Killer quite a bit. And of course, it's extremely unlikely that I would know the Zodiac Killer or DB Cooper or that they would be the same person. Of course, it's extremely unlikely, but it's just as extremely unlikely that anybody else who proposes a subject would be the one who's right. I will continue to talk about this. I will continue to write about this. But to me, it's very simple. This engineer gave my dad some clothing, including a clip-on tie. My dad took the clip-on tie, hijacked the plane, jumped out of the plane, left the tie on the plane, and now this chemical signature, this particle signature from the plane goes back to the aerospace industry. All of the the results of Eric Ulis's work are traced to aerospace industry companies that may have had something to do with Boeing in Seattle. And this gentleman, who I'm remembering, also was connected to aerospace, also connected to Boeing. Boeing now owns the Santa Susana Field Laboratory. And all of these things, the experimental nuclear reactors were at the Santa Susana Field Laboratory, the machine shop that made new objects out of the metals that the lab developed. Everything that Eric Ulis talks about was present at Rocketdyne, and this engineer would have been right in the middle of it. Yeah, Very distinct memories that I have, and unlikely, yeah, but if it works, it works. If it fits, it fits. If you know, you know. And I'll continue writing about this. It's a lot more fun to write about DB Cooper than it is to write about the Zodiac Killer, because DB Cooper was kind of crazy in a fun, exciting way. Did some amazing things. People still enjoy just talking about DB Cooper and what might have happened and where he might have gone. So all of that is it's more a lot more fun than talking about dead people, and so people enjoy it. I enjoy it too.